A future project for the city of Huntingburg takes a key step. More on what was approved this morning, plus a local business leader receives a prestigious award, more from this year's Boy Scout Distinguished Citizen Award ceremony, and Chip Jan and Amanda Hockenberry are our guests this evening on Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. In your news, a formal agreement is now in place for a key future project in the city of Huntingburg. This morning, the Huntingburg Board of Public Works and Safety formally approved an interlocal agreement between the city and Du Bois County for the railroad overpass project. Under the agreement, the city of Huntingburg is the lead agency for implementation of the project. The city and county will split the 20% local funding share for the project, a total amount not to exceed $2 million, with both the county and the city pitching in up to $1 million apiece. Huntingburg City Attorney Phil Schneider says the county's support has gone a long way in helping this project.
Certainly the city is very grateful that the county has seen the need for this project and is willing to participate in the project. They, of course, understand that it's a great benefit for economic development, not only to the city but to the county as well. And so we're very grateful that they're participating in this project.
Schneider says in the long term, the overpass project will be a big development for the city.
Well, the long-term benefits, of course, of the overpass, I think, are self-evident. Currently, there are up to 30 trains a day that pass through the city of Huntingburg and stop traffic on 231, preventing traffic and mobility throughout the city. So this will be a great benefit to relieving that congestion.
The remaining 80% of the funding for the project will be provided by NDOT and federal funding sources. The agreement will now be sent on to the county for its approval. A local business executive has captured a prestigious honor in the Boy Scout ranks. Jim Tenn, the current president and CEO of Jasper-based Kimball International, was honored last night with the 2013 Distinguished Citizen Award for the Lincoln Heritage District of the Boy Scouts' Buffalo Trace Council. Tenn becomes the 21st winner of the award. His late father, Herb Tenn, was the very first recipient of the award back in 1993. Tenn, a former Boy Scout himself, says being a Scout had a huge impact on his life.
It was quite an honor when Noel Fleck called me and told me that I had been selected. The Boy Scouts are important. They're important in my life. They were one of the things that helped formulate my character over the years. My father was always a big Boy Scout advocate. My brothers were in scouting, and so it was an important honor. I was deeply moved by the honor.
Tenn has some advice for present-day Boy Scouts.
My advice to Scouts today is to feed their mind positive thoughts. We live in a world of a great amount of negativity, a lot of blame, a lot of distrust, and it's very important. The books they read, the movies they watch, the internet they access, and the friends that they choose, because those will be the things that will formulate their thoughts as adults. And it's important that they consciously and deliberately choose things that is positive thoughts for their mind every day.
Tenn was chosen for the award from a group of people pegged by the Lincoln Heritage District Executive Committee as likely recipients of the award. Executive Committee Chairman Eric Shue says there are normally 3 to 4 finalists for the award. He says Tenn has excelled in business, community, and family settings throughout his life, which is a big reason why he stood out among this year's finalists.
We look for somebody that's really excelled in all areas of those life and really lived the values that scouting embodies. And we think Jim Tenn obviously was a perfect example of that and a very easy choice for the Distinguished Citizens Award in terms of being qualified.
Other notable winners of the Distinguished Citizen Award through its history include, but are not limited to, Dave Beeler, who won in 1997, Doug Bobble, who won in 2004, Hank Menke, who won in 2005, and Mark Schrader, who won in 2009. As mentioned earlier, Tenn is a former Boy Scout, having been a part of the Scouts when he was a child. He originally joined Kimball International in 1966 after serving in the military. He is credited with growing the company in many areas, including finance, inventory control, cost management, administration, and human resources. Tin joined the board of directors for Kimball back in 1982, became president of the company in 1997, and was appointed as chief executive officer back in 2004. Tin currently serves on the I-69 Innovation Corridor Executive Committee. He has previously served as the chairman of the Dean's Council at Indiana University's Kelley School of Business. Tin is also a former member of the Vincennes University Board of Trustees, having been appointed by former Indiana Governor Evan Bayh. During his time on the Vincennes Board of Trustees, Tin served as chairman of the Finance Committee and was a member of the Community College Policy Committee. Other capacities in which Tin has served included chairman of the Board of Trustees for the Catholic Foundation of Southwestern Indiana, as well as a 10-year stint as a director of Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center in Jasper. Tin is a lifelong member of St. Joseph's Catholic Church in Jasper and has been a member of the Finance Committee at that church. Tin has also been a member of the Jasper Kiwanis Club and the Jasper Knights of Columbus. Tin has been a member of the Jasper KOC for 50 years, 37 of those years as a Knight of the 4th degree. Jim and his wife Pat have 1 grown daughter, Selena, and 2 grandchildren, Evan and Mira. All school districts in Dubois County now have their budgets for 2014. Last night, the Southeast Dubois School Corporation became the last of the county's 4 school districts to formally approve its budget request for the 2014 calendar year. The budget passed last night was a culmination of activity put forth by the Southeast Dubois Board, which started back in June. The 2014 budget, which is mainly state-funded, will be just under $12 million. As far as the local property tax assessment, the corporation is advertising a tax rate of $1.66 per $100 of assessed value. The actual rate is usually set lower by the state, as school corporations normally estimate their upcoming expenses higher on their budgets. Southeast Dubois Superintendent Rick Allen says he was pleased with how the budget process worked this go-round.
Yeah, every year the state legislature meets, they change the rules, so we always have to learn and grow and have a budget workshop in Indianapolis in June where they tell us new rules and guidelines for budgeting, and 2014 was a pretty simple process.
The 2014 budget will now be passed on to the Indiana Department of Local Government Finance for final approval. The Southeast Board also approved the district's 2014 through 2016 capital projects plan. The 3-year plan includes improvements and maintenance to buildings throughout the corporation, as well as the purchase of school equipment such as computers and other technology. Also approved at last night's meeting was the corporation's school bus replacement plan for 2014 through 2025. It's a 12-year plan that covers bus replacement and maintenance. The corporation plans to replace 1 bus this upcoming year. In other business last night, the Southeast Board appointed its calendar committee for the 2014-2015 school year. The committee works together to help form a calendar for the next year. This committee consists of board member Matt Eckert, administrator Mark John, teacher Jennifer Blackgrove, student Matt Miller, parent Susan Bloom, and Forest Park Athletic Director Doug Loudon. And finally, last night, the board reviewed a report on this year's enrollment data. The Southeast Dubois Corporation on average membership day showed a total of 1,260.5 students, in which kindergarten students only account for 1/2. That number is down 2 students overall from last year's enrollment figures. Officials with the Dubois Water Utility say they have lifted a boil advisory that was issued earlier this week for the State Road 164 and Hooterville area. The boil advisory was originally issued on Monday morning due to a water main leak that was discovered and forced the utility to shut off water along State Road 164 and to issue the advisory. Once again, Dubois Water Utility officials have announced that the boil advisory for customers located along State Road 164 and in the Hooterville area has been lifted. A local company has announced the completion of a merger that it says is key to its future. Earlier this week, Jasper-based German-American Bancorp announced the completion of its merger with United Commerce Bancorp, which is based out of Bloomington. Under the merger terms, United Commerce shareholders received a combination of about $12.7 million in German-American stock and $1.4 million in cash considerations. That brings the total value of the transaction to approximately $14.1 million, according to German-American officials. Officials say this basic transaction value does not include an indicated value of roughly 4.6% interest of German American in outstanding stock from United Commerce. That value also excludes approximately $640,000 of cash payments made to cancel dilutive stock options and warrants. Officials say each United Commerce common shareholder of record as of earlier this week was entitled to 0.5456 shares of German American common stock, in addition to a cash payment of $1.51 for each former share of United Commerce stock that a particular shareholder owned, subject to them surrendering the old United Commerce certificates to an exchange agent, which is designated by German American. Instructions and forms for the surrender process are currently being sent to United Commerce's shareholders of record as of September 30th by the exchange agent, according to officials. The merger expands German American's footprint into the Bloomington market, which of course is home to Indiana University. German American Chairman and CEO Mark Schrader says the company is excited to be welcoming customers, employees, and shareholders of United Commerce into the German American company. He says the merger will enhance the company's Bloomington presence, which started back in 2007. As of Monday, United Commerce consolidated total assets of approximately $120 million, total loans of just under $84 million, total deposits of just over $106 million, and a total shareholder equity of just under $14 million. German American will now operate 37 branches in total, 4 in the Bloomington market, spanning across 13 Indiana counties. That includes Dubois, Davies, Martin, Pike, and Perry counties locally. Today, the Spencer County Regional Chamber of Commerce, in conjunction with Lincoln Land Economic Development, hosted the 2013 Business Expo. Several area businesses turned up to welcome people from all across Spencer County and beyond. Tom Utter says the event went as well as anyone could have imagined.
This Business Expo, put on by the Spencer County Regional Chamber of Commerce and Lincoln Land Economic Development together, has exceeded our expectations. We anticipated a few of the businesses coming out to network and have business-to-business relationships. We're about almost double what we anticipated, and it appears that the business community is very, very eager to get together, and the whole region is ready to rebound from the past several years of a terrible economy.
The expo took place today from 11 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Central Time at the Santa's Lodge and Convention Center's Celebration Room in Santa Claus. Finally this evening, tomorrow marks the start of another new event for the city of Huntingburg. Destination Huntingburg will be hosting the inaugural Haunted Huntingburg event in conjunction with the city's old-fashioned bargain days. The event is open to people of all ages. I sat down with Destination Huntingburg President Rachel Steckler to talk more about the idea and how you can get involved with the event. We're here tonight with the president of Destination Huntingburg, Rachel Steckler. And Rachel, give us an overview of this Haunted Huntingburg event. How did this get started?
Okay, Haunted Huntingburg, this is going to be our first event this year. And originally the idea came out of a merchants meeting talking about ways to kind of help old-fashioned bargain days, get people on 4th Street during this weekend. And a chance for the shops to kind of stay open later, for people to, shop in the evenings. So we have a couple horror movie buffs on as part of that group, and so the idea kind of spawned out of that. And so this event will include a house decorating contest for all Huntingburg residents, and we'll have 3 categories that we're judging: spookiest, best special effects, and then an overall judges award. And prizes with that will be free tickets for the ghost tours and some chamber bucks, so they can, come and spend that money here. So then Friday night will be the ghost tours, and they are at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. And it's just up and down 4th Street. Starts here at City Hall, and then that'll end at Old Town Hall. And Saturday then will be a movie night. A kid-friendly movie will play outside on 4th Street, which we're kind of excited about that. We think that's pretty cool. Some other communities have done this before, and it's been a success. So pray for good weather and hope that that people will come out for that. And then also Saturday night will be Night of the Living Dead. We'll play inside the Gaslight, and that'll start at 9 o'clock.
So just get people to come out. What else can people do to?
If you don't like scary things like I do, like I said, the shops will be open during the ghost tours. So say there's a couple that wants to come down and one of them likes the scary stuff and they want to do the ghost tour, then the shops will be open for the other half to shop. And some of the restaurants will be open as well, offering appetizers and drink specials.
So final question for you then. This is something you guys are hoping for the long term to kind of help the shops, I'm guessing?
Absolutely, yeah, we would. We don't necessarily know if it will stay on this weekend, just because it's kind of early for people to decorate their houses, for Halloween. So there's talks about maybe moving it to another weekend. That way, it's just another event that's going on in Huntingburg to bring people here.
Well, thank you very much, Rachel.
Thank you.
Haunted Huntingburg is set to conclude following Saturday evening's festivities. Coming up after the break, rain, rain, go away. When will that happen? I'll have more ahead in your local forecast. Sports with Kurt Guxell and Inform featuring Chip Jan and Amanda Hockenberry with Spencer County Habitat for Humanity. That's all up next here on 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.